Chapter 2: The Loves of Tomas Cipriano Mosquera. I have no doubt that this condition suits me, and I see that with the excellent husband that heaven will grant me, I will be a happy woman. This painful resignation soon became a cry of anguish. I will have to marry, and you so far away. But such is my misfortune. Joy is completely unknown to me. I know only melancholy and sadness, and my laughter is nothing more than the constant desire to weep. Today I have cried in sobs to give some relief to my poor heart, and I believe that I will do the same on the day of my sad wedding. I believe that never has been seen, nor will ever be seen, a sadder bride than I. Mariana softened this terrible news with the birth, inescuent, of her daughter, Amalia de la Concanción Gertrudis Eugenia Mosquera y Arboleda, on November 15, 1825. This moment was complicated because the birth was attended by Ignacia, a black enslaved woman with whom Tomas had previously had a passionate affair and with whom he had fathered an illegitimate child. The birth of Amalia gave a new direction to Mariana's life. She was included in Mosquera's plans to travel to Philadelphia to seek medical treatment for his jaw, but the journey was interrupted in Panama, where a doctor performed the operation. From there, they returned to Popayan, and Mosquera soon left again for Guayaquil in 1826 as intendant. In 1827, he was appointed intendant of Cauca, a position he held until 1828. Later, he was named minister to Peru, Bolivia, and Chile, with residence in Lima. Doña Mariana, after having lived with him during these years, refused to accompany him. The period that followed was marked by great distance between the spouses. Mosquera complained of his wife's coldness, and she replied that everything would change. If he returned, then you would see the darkness of my imagination disappear, and my former joy restored. My dryness and indifference would turn into tenderness. His absence, his reproachful letters, and the venereal disease he had transmitted to her led Mariana into a state of hypochondria, and even to wish for death. She was deeply unhappy, and she had reason to be. She expressed this in a letter dated May 4th, 1829, the anniversary of her marriage. What a sad memory it is for me to recall May 4th of the year 20, for in that year you believed yourself happy to have chosen me. You promised that your heart would never have another owner, but I cannot continue. For fear of shedding more tears, I had resolved to say nothing to you, but I can endure no more. What torments me most is believing that you sacrifice yourself by not being with me, abandoning me to your father, your brothers, and all your interests. From then on, the distance between them grew. Their correspondence became filled with irony. The situation became almost unbearable when Tomas announced that he would move to Lima. This led Mariana to express her hatred for his cursed military career and to ask him directly, "What do you gain from this? Displeasure, bitterness, a life of despair to make matters worse." In June of 1829, Tomas's father died. This deepened Mariana's despair and led her to criticize again his profession, which kept him away from home and exposed him to temptations. Stop seeking honors and decorations. We have already lost our father. Why sacrifice yourself for honors? Come home. At the root of all these reproaches was the suspicion that Tomas, in Quito, Guayaquil, or Lima, was exposed to sexual temptations. That is why, in some letters, she referred to the women of Quito or sent greetings to the lady of Guayaquil. At times, she was harsh, cold, and disdainful. At other times, she used irony, as when she said, "Not all humans are alike. You are stable, frank, generous, a general of many merits, and I, so foolish that I cannot recognize the merits of such great men." The death of her father-in-law reveals another aspect of these dysfunctional marriages. The wife, separated from her husband, takes refuge in his family and becomes like another daughter, caring for aging in-laws. In this case, Mariana played a fundamental role, caring for her father-in-law during his final illness. which earned her praise from Joaquin, who wrote, "Your virtuous and kind wife has cared for our father day and night with unwavering dedication. She has shown herself a worthy daughter of her mother, and has earned all the rights to be my sister. God bless her." This was not her only responsibility. Her husband's repeated absences turned her into administrator of the family estate, a difficult task given the instability of the country. At the end of the wars of independence, she managed the estates of Cocanuco, Poblazón, Latera, and Garcia, where there were large herds and many enslaved people